Okay, so don't stress out. The timeline's already been set. You can't change anybody's mind. People have made their choice energetically, and we are now doing our final split to the two Earths, the two timelines. And then from there, we will open up to infinite other timelines in the new Earth when we're full on into the new Earth. So the people that are having meltdowns and that are really kind of irrational and living in fear, there's nothing you can do to help them. All you can do is walk your talk and, live your life based on your own highest excitement, your own joy, and that is your higher self communicating with you. It's no longer a time to awaken people. If people come to you and ask you, what it is you're doing, how are you coping, how are you able to do the things that you did, you can share your spiritual information with them. But in general, just have fun, because you can't do anything to help them. They believe what they believe, and they're living in a completely different frequency. They're living in a completely different timeline and reality right next to you. And you can see their reality, but there's nothing that you can do. And so everything that I've been working on before this shift, it shifted at the election. It's not about Republican or Democrats. The old Republicans and the Democrats joined on the same side. It's about people who are outside of politics. The mega tribe is a tribe of light. It's got people from all religions, all walks of life, all races, all beliefs. And it's nothing to do with the old conservative party of Dick Cheney, the warmongering, oppressive people. So there's going to be a lot more disclosure. The disclosure again of the aliens. They had already done it like a year ago. People were like, I don't care. And now they're still like, I don't care. They're like, okay, well, we saw them. We know they have a base under the water. We've seen the beings and people are like, whatever. So what? I mean, if they're going to take us out, take us out. I mean, so many people so numb from everything that happened. And places like Port Townsend, well, I guess everywhere, but that's where I'm at. So that there's never going to be any accountability for the pandemic and what they did to us, that they're never going to face what they did to people. Self-awareness is what everyone has to do now. You can't shift into the preferred timeline until you become self-aware. You have to go into past lives, go into your childhood of this life and look at, you have been the victim, you've been the abuser, you've been on all sides of everything, and face all of that as we move forward. You have to, anything that you want to change or anything that you want to heal, you first have to acknowledge where you're at. You have to acknowledge what you've done, what you've said. You have to look at it. And then any emotion that comes up, say, what must I believe in order to feel that emotion? Identify the belief and then be like, well, I would have to believe this for me to feel that way. But I don't believe that. Then you realize it wasn't yours, right? You either carried it in your DNA to clear now, or you picked it up in childhood from other people around you. And talk to spirit. Ask spirit to help you to clear your childhood trauma, to clear your trauma in your DNA. We are still on a free will planet. You have to ask. And it's not your job to clear trauma for other people. If people come to you, you can assist them, and you can, there's energy healing things while the trauma comes up. There's lots of different techniques, but the basic technique that you can do with other people or yourself is to acknowledge that it happened. See it clearly, acknowledge it, own it. Then from there, you can change it. You can't change anything about your life until you first own it. So find peace. I'm challenged now. I have things that kind of keep popping up to test me on it, but it's like spirit showing me, it's like this giant room. It's an empty room. The timeline's empty. So when I look over here to this timeline that I was doing certain things in, I've done everything I'm supposed to do there. My job's over. My, spirit showed me, like when I was in high school, and it's like you'd take some sort of a test, and then, okay, it's 3 o'clock, put your pencils down, you can know more answers. It's done. Whatever's been said has been said. Whatever's been done has been done. We're moving to the new timeline. We're leaving it behind. We've crossed the river. We can't carry the raft with us. Like, say we made this giant elaborate raft out of really heavy wood, and used it to cross this giant river. When you get across the river and then you head across land, you can't take the raft with you. You have to leave it for someone else. So it's time to let go of the former timeline. And the people that are on it and doing their thing, it's tempting to go in there, hey, no, I didn't say that, or no, I didn't, or no, I, to like set the record straight or to seek justice. There's no such thing as justice. And there's no such thing as really as good or bad, right? There's just this now, this here, every single moment, all around you, every choice is a portal to a different version of you. Different things will come into your life, different things will leave your life, depending on where you place your focus. And so if you continue to focus on the timeline that's gone and evaporated for you, it's going to feel pretty bad. It's going to feel yucky, but also for me, it's funny. It's like some movie where you go back in time, it's evaporated. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I want to, and then I forget. Spirit's like, just erases it. So I absolutely have to let go of that timeline. That timeline's over. And anytime I get all butthurt and want justice in that timeline, well, that's not my timeline. It's not for me to do now. That's their stuff, and that's who they are, and it's who they like and what they want. And, I'm not into the governments of man. I'm not into the medicines of man. I've known about cures my whole life. I've known about energy healing. I've talked to spirit. I've died. I know what's on the other side of the veil. I lived in a car for many, many years, and I know what's sacred. I know the basic food, basic air, basic connection with spirit is what is the most important. And this, anything to do with the matrix or the, busyness of these false realities, and they're not my highest excitement, and they're not my life. And so to keep pretending that they are, trying to fix them, the split is, it's over. There's nothing more to do. So let go, and, go within best you can, depending on what kind of job or lifestyle or kids' school or whatever, which all that's going to change, because, you're going to be able to have funding to have your kids go to school wherever you want. Medicine's going to be freed, cure's going to be freed, technology's being freed. The Galactic Council of Light, as we all know, as light workers and starseeds, working with Trump, the Trump team has been the Galactic Council of Light. The Trump dreams for the last 5 years of people telling me, or more, of people of Trump handing him a crystal skull. This is all prophecy, and everything is going to be released now. We're going to have free energy. We're not going to have fake debt. We're not going to have fake points of interest and stock markets and, fake pharmaceuticals. We're not going to have chemtrails. We're not going to have war. We're not going to have, we have made it. And to try to convince the people that are here that, oh no, she's a warmonger, and no, we're going to be, they're going to kill us, and no, they're going to, their fear is nothing to do with you. You can't get to them. You can't reach them. Their fear is hate in action, is violence in action, and you can only just stay away from them and love yourself and choose your reality. Just do your own thing, peace and quiet. Bye for now.